Princess Leonor's wedding, shocking guest list exclusions revealed. For centuries, royal weddings have been seen as moments of unity, where tradition, family, and diplomacy converge in a single breathtaking ceremony. Spain prepared itself for such a celebration when Princess Leonor, the heir to the throne, stepped into the spotlight for her own royal wedding. The stage was set for a day of love, grandeur, and history. But then, something entirely unexpected broke through the polished surface. Shocking names were missing from the guest list. And suddenly, the fairy tale shimmer of the royal event gave way to whispers of controversy, family tension, and hidden truths. Because what if a wedding meant to unite a nation, instead revealed the fractures within it? At first glance, the ceremony was everything Spain had dreamed of. The gowns, the music, the solemn rituals, all painted the image of a perfect royal occasion. Yet the silence surrounding the empty seats spoke louder than the orchestra. Who was left out, and why? The absence of certain figures, both from the royal circle and from international royalty, created a storm of speculation. Was this an intentional decision by Leonor and her family, or the result of deeper conflicts the monarchy had hoped to keep hidden? The exclusions sparked a wave of emotional debate. Some argued that these omissions symbolized a modern monarchy drawing boundaries, choosing loyalty over tradition. Others believed it revealed unresolved tensions, family wounds that had been covered up for years, now exposed in the most public way possible. And for the Spanish people, who looked to this wedding as a unifying event, the exclusions raised a painful question. If the royal family cannot stand together on such a day, what does it mean for the unity of the crown itself? To understand the weight of this moment, we must step back and consider what royal weddings truly signify. They are not simply about love between two people, but about alliances, diplomacy, and legacy. Every invitation extended, or withheld, carries political, cultural, and emotional meaning. When Queen Letizia married King Felipe, the guest list was a symbol of continuity, binding Spain to the wider royal families of Europe. Leonor's wedding, however, tells a different story. By leaving certain names off the list, it signals a monarchy willing to reshape itself, even at the cost of tradition. But who were these excluded guests? Among them were relatives with whom relations had long grown strained. Some represented controversies the crown no longer wished to be associated with. Others, surprisingly, were figures the public expected to be present out of respect, and their absence shocked both Spain and the international community. Each missing name added a new layer of intrigue, each empty seat a silent statement. And yet, each exclusion leads to a deeper question: was Leonor protecting her future reign, or tearing away pieces of family unity to secure it? The Spanish public, passionate and deeply connected to their royal family, could not stay silent. Newspapers ran with headlines questioning the health of royal ties. Commentators debated whether these exclusions reflected Leonor's independence, or Letizia's influence, or even the quiet approval of King Felipe. In every café and square, Spaniards wondered, what had really happened behind the palace doors? Was this about protecting Leonor's happiness, or was it about the monarchy's survival? And here lies the heart of the matter: Leonor's wedding was not simply a private family celebration. It was a defining national event. Every detail, from the choice of her gown to the composition of the guest list, was scrutinized as a reflection of Spain's future. The omissions may have looked like personal decisions, but in truth, they carried the weight of history. Because in the world of royalty, absence speaks as loudly as presence. The emotional toll cannot be underestimated. Imagine the burden placed on Leonor, a young bride and future queen, forced to navigate family fractures on the very day meant to symbolize unity. Her smile on the balcony, her grace in the ceremony, all of it carried beneath the surface an unspoken awareness of those who were not there. And while the cameras captured joy, behind the palace walls, the whispers of exclusion cast a shadow that cannot be erased. But was this exclusion truly a fracture, or could it be seen as a declaration of strength? Some argue that by redefining the guest list, Leonor has taken her first step as a monarch in her own right. A queen who will not be bound by outdated traditions, nor forced to appease every branch of a sprawling royal network. A queen who chooses clarity over compromise. And perhaps, this moment of controversy is the very thing that proves her strength. Yet controversy breeds consequences. How will those excluded respond? Will their absence lead to reconciliation in the future, or deepen the divides? Will Leonor's reign be remembered as one that began in quiet defiance, or one that fractured ties beyond repair? Each question leads to another, and each unanswered thread keeps the world watching, waiting, and wondering. As the celebration drew to its end, the symbolism became undeniable. The golden carriages, the waving flags, the jubilant crowds, all were real, but so too was the empty space in the story. For the Spanish monarchy, this was both a moment of triumph and a moment of truth. And for Leonor, it was a baptism into the complex reality of power.